really?
Small days, man.
Oh, yeah. Check that sound.
The cooler is right there. Okay.
I just might put a log on the speaker, Joe.
I don't blame you. I started to not even use that when I got the Stephen flag because everybody else got a flag.
Ain't that some bullshit?
Yeah. Where's that flag?
You know what?
So you're talking. They're not. We are about to get started. Right here. We are starting with our welcome and opening remarks from our COO, Burks.
Yeah, Lala.
Good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
As the mayor says, thanks to the weather, the ATL weather department, we have some pretty great weather and good sunshine very early, AJ, on this morning. As stated, my name is LaShondra Burks, and I serve as the Chief Operating Officer for the City of Atlanta. And it is good to see you all here with us today. Thank you for coming to celebrate the beginning of construction of the Jackson Street Bridge project. You know, the Dickens administration is focused on moving projects just like this one forward all across the city, investing in infrastructure, public safety, parks, and transportation. We're proud to be delivering our collective vision of a city built for the future. There's a lot of people who helped us get here today, and I would be remiss if I did not just simply say thank you to Commissioner Solomon Cavanagh and the entire ATLDOT team. We thank you for leading the way, not just on this project, but for all the great work that's going on around Atlanta. A special thank you to the teams at Central Atlanta Progress and the Atlanta Downtown Improvement District, led by none other than the A.J. Robinson. I tell you, CAP and DID have been great, strong, reliable partners with us for the City of Atlanta, and we continue to thank you for your partnership. I also want to give a special shout out to Neighborhood Planning Unit M, which championed this project from the community's perspective, making sure the voices of Atlanta in this community were heard and reflected in the plans. Again, a shout out to the Department of Planning through your placemaking program and making sure voices were heard. And how could we not thank the council member for this district, Liliana Bakhtiari, who is determined and passionate about something when she wants to do it. So thank you, Councilmember Bakhtiari. This Jackson Street Bridge corridor is legendary in our city. It is known for its iconic skyline view and the way it brings people together, showing the city we all love very well. I can remember several times that I have been to this bridge with my family and visiting family members to take pictures here. AJ, I also remember it was about 20 years ago that I ran for the Atlanta School Board, where I served 10 years, and my campaign picture was done at this bridge. And I'm sure many other campaign pictures. If you've seen a campaign flyer, you have seen this skyline at this bridge. And like Mayor Dickens says, this is one of those projects where everyone plays a part. Again, thank you to everyone who put in the work to reach this milestone and for making this dream become a reality. Again, thank you to those who will be out here doing the heavy lifting and work. We're out here doing a ribbon cutting, but it's going to be some people after us who's going to be working really, really hard to make sure that we get this ready. And now I'm going to turn it over to the council member, Liliana Bakhtiari, for remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Can y'all hear me okay in the back? Good. Well, thank you, COO Burks, or as I like to call her, Lala, which she's going to kill me for saying on the mic. But COO, there is no person I would rather work with, and I think LaShondra Burks is a testament to why women should be in office and leading. And I'm just, yes, please give her a round of applause. There's a lot of people to thank for this project. I want to thank ATLDOT first. Commissioner, you already heard COO say it, but this has been, they are running ragged trying to prep our city and making our infrastructure work and everything else, and they have been under tremendous pressure, and I'm so grateful for them. And I really want us to take a moment to thank, or to make sure that we are remembering the people that are going to be out here doing the work, the folks we may never meet, who's not going to be up here talking, but they are going to be out here in the heat every day making sure that the most photographed place in the city of Atlanta is going to be safe for pedestrians, bicyclists, and drivers, especially pedestrians and bicyclists. My two of my close friends got married on this bridge, and it was beautiful except for the fact that we were all darting back across the street trying not to get hit by a car. And they're up here in their wedding dress and tux getting married as we're all watching, and I can't help but think, it was still iconic and beautiful, but I can't help but think that if this design was there, we could have actually all celebrated the moment with them. And this view has been my home in this city for such a long time. And it is an honor to stand here before you today, after City Design have worked on this for close to a decade. We've had this design for close to a decade, and all the issue was funding. And I'm so grateful that we were able to use my office and ATLDOT to meet that gap, to make sure it got done. And now I get to say, as the council member for this area, I got to work with extraordinary people to get a promise across the line that has been a promise in the city for a very long time. And it was this administration, this council, and this commissioner, both of ATLDOT and DCP, that made sure to get this done. And I'm grateful to the ADID team. I'm going to say ADID because COO already gave you the acronyms. And CAP, Jennifer Ball, looking at Robin back there with Atlanta Downtown, Tom Boyle, Forrest Coley, all these people in the community that really helped make this happen. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. I am grateful that I get to be here and part of such an incredible event. And I would be remiss if I didn't also thank Juan Mendoza, the head of the 044 Business Association, who really helped out with this project. And I'm just so excited that we are finally getting this done and finally getting to groundbreak on the Jackson Street Bridge, a project that we have talked about for so long. And thank you, Stacy Perlman, for taking every single one of our calls and for really shepherding us through this process. I'm grateful to you. Thank you. And without further ado, because AJ's only told me 1 minute and I went over that quite a bit, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the Commissioner, Solomon Cappens.
Well, you heard a lot of great words from a lot of great folks, but this is an emotional opportunity for us to come together. Not a half a mile from this point, a young Baptist preacher discovered and realized his dream. This is an iconic place, an iconic location within the city, and this is an iconic moment that we'll all look back on and consider what was before and what will be after. So I just want to say thank you for being here. I'm Solomon Cavaness, Commissioner of the Atlanta Department of Transportation. And before I get into my remarks, I just want to give my thanks up front to our communications team at Atlanta Department of Transportation. You guys make it happen every time, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, again, thanks go out to CAP, ADID, and all of our partners. There's so many familiar faces here. See folks from the advocacy community, see folks from our neighbors, I see folks who use this bridge, and this is for you. We've been working diligently to bring this to bear, and here we are. So I just want to say thank you for your advocacy, for your passion, and for your love, because this is for you. But Jackson Street Bridge is more than just a road. It's a vital thread in the fabric of our city. It connects neighborhoods, supports our economy, and reflects the values of accessibility and equity in transportation. Today, we stand on this bridge as a reminder of all modes of travel: cars, pedestrians, cyclists, and those mobility challenged. This project features new pedestrian spaces, dedicated bike lanes, and ADA-compliant curb ramps that ensure safer, more inclusive access for the most vulnerable users. Additional upgrades such as milled and repaved asphalt and sidewalk repairs are also part of a broader commitment to the long-term infrastructure resilience and quality that you'll see all over the city. This project is a cornerstone of our larger vision to create a transportation network that's safer, smarter, and more sustainable for every Atlantan. It also is part of our Vision Zero program to bring fatalities and serious injuries due to crashes down to zero by the year 2040. It's a very important initiative and one that we want to bring others onto as we move forward, ATLDOT. Projects like this are essential to achieving the city's Vision Zero goal and embracing multimodal design, where we're not just improving bridges and building roadway infrastructure, but building a better future for my kids, for future families of Atlanta, and to leave a legacy that we could all be proud of. So again, I just want to thank AJ for championing this program. I want to thank Councilmember Bakhtiari for pushing us and making sure that the money, that all the resources were there to make this happen. And not least, but last, our COO. The mayor and the COO have gone out of their way to be champions of infrastructure, and I think Atlanta is lucky for that. Not every city has a champion for infrastructure that are putting forth investments and their hearts to make sure that this city is a better place. So I just want to say thank you, COO, for everything you do every day, all the hard work, and checking up on us to make sure we're staying on task. So with that, I'm going to bring up AJ Robinson from ADID and CAP, and again, just say thank you. But AJ, thank you for your leadership and all that you do for this city.
All right, good morning, everyone. Well, first of all, let me set the record straight. I get blamed for lots of things. Sometimes we get credit, but we should not get any blame or any credit. There are people here in the audience who actually conceived this project and worked very hard. Raise your hand if you were involved. Some of these guys over here, this is a neighborhood project of people who started it here, and those are folks who we really should be thanking. We're providing project management expertise to get the project done. This is really a DOT, City of Atlanta project. The councilwoman has been a big pusher. I do want to introduce Stacy, who's our project manager. So just in case you have anything you need, do not call me. Call Stacy. It's her project now. But I've often wondered why this spot? Why did this spot become so important? As you know, we have so many other items in Atlanta that you could say are iconic. People want to get their picture taken in the fountains at COP or the Gold Dome. We have all the attributes of Auburn Avenue just to our right here. We have statues everywhere, but why is this spot? If you go back and look at historic pictures of Atlanta, it's always pictures of this hill over here. It's taken from this side. And one of the reasons is that that hill is the highest elevation of the Peachtree Ridge. So you could see it from everywhere. So one reason is, again, go back and look at history, this spot was where you could view the tiny 1- and 2-story buildings of early Atlanta. And I think it's just continued that way. But as we have developed as a city, that ridge has become the iconic architecture of Atlanta. And I've really wanted to just make the point that this city really, this is the brand. You don't see folks coming to Alpharetta or Lawrenceville to take pictures of Atlanta. This picture is used, as has been mentioned earlier, by many people for weddings, for branding purposes, etc. And many of the buildings you see in the back of Peachtree Center, they're over 50 years old. They're historic now. When I came to Atlanta, Georgia Pacific Building was under construction. There was no Truist Tower. The Weston Peachtree Plaza I used to look out from my freshman days at Emory and just watch every morning as they added a new floor. And I think what this skyline speaks to all of us, and why it's become important, is it really is an inspiring place. And Atlanta is an inspiring place. And it's also a place of opportunity. And I think people come here because they see what others have done and they see what they can do here in Atlanta. We're a very open city. We have had great leadership. But I think this bridge is all about being inspired and seeing the opportunities of Atlanta. So I want to just thank all of you who have recognized that for all these years, and thank the city, our leadership, for recognizing that if we improve what we're doing here is going to improve access to this spot so that others who come here in the future will also be inspired and welcome the opportunity to come make their dreams come alive in Atlanta. So thank you for being here. It's a great project, and so I think I've used up my minute. Let's do it. It says ceremonial photo.